Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have the LEGO Ninjago Kai Avatar Arcade Pod. And, this is one of the Ninjago 2020 sets, and the first one that I have purchased, right? Yeah. And, it includes 2 minifigures for $9.99 as well as 49 pieces. And the packaging here is interesting design. It's got sort of the arcade cabinet shape to itself, which, if you know what's inside this, you'll find that a little bit interesting. And I'm going to pull it out right now. I usually wait until after we've seen the packaging, just so you can see the size of the product compared to the packaging. It's relatively large as far as the package goes, but it's interesting. The other thing that's different here about this set is the instructions. So the instructions, unlike normal instructions, I mean, they fold out, they're all on one sheet, but they actually, you have this art on here of Kai, and, the arrows pointing all the way through, and it sort of looks like Kai is helping you build it at various points throughout the instructions. He shows you how to put the stickers on, and tells you to turn the corner, and shows you all this on the instructions. Interesting design, and I actually really kind of like what they did with this instruction sheet. And as far as packaging and stuff goes, it's an interesting way to do things. The other thing that's included in the box is a sticker sheet, which actually includes a couple of extra stickers, which are sort of similar to the things that you see here on the side of the box. So you could just stick these onto your arcade pod, whatever you want to. I'm not going to for the sake of this review, because, I don't know, they don't put the other stickers on in the instructions, so I'm just going to leave it the way it comes by default. But let's, enough about packaging and stuff. Let's talk about the actual set itself. Never mind, we got one more packaging thing. It also comes with this little fold-out poster ad thing, which does also have your traditional win thing, and it's got an ad for the Lloyd and the J Avatar pods, which I will be getting eventually. And I guess it shows you the extra stickers that you got for both of them. So I guess they all have slightly different lines. I thought they were all going to be the same extra stickers, but I guess not. And then we have this poster here, which interestingly enough uses the J Avatar pod as the one on the poster. Maybe it would have been cooler if they changed it for each of them, but I guess I can't really judge that too hard because I haven't seen the posters. I haven't paid attention to the posters that are included with the other ones. But now that's finally all we have for packaging, so let's look at the set itself. And, it's an arcade pod, basically an arcade cabinet that is built on a 6x6 plate. And, compared to the size of a figure, it's, it's pretty significantly tall. But it does have these large stickers on either side. They actually weren't too much of a pain to apply. This one was maybe the most challenging to apply. And then we do have another sticker here, which shows you the control. And those are all the stickers included in the set. This is a separate window panel. The actual extent of the piece, the arcade cabinet piece, that's a 2x4 tile added on there. That's a 1x4 plate. But other than that, this is all one part from the outside here. It's not too hard to build this thing up, but it's not super duper instant 2-part attachment. The other thing that's interesting here is they actually tell you to, in order to be able to fit it all together into one, inside the one set here, they tell you to, I believe, put the legs here, and stick that like that, and then you're able to do all this, and I think you put both the hair and head on this, and that allows you to pack it all in, which, I personally probably will not do, because I'll probably just keep the Avatar Kai minifigure separate from the pod, but, does give you that option, and this does allow for the like regular season 12 suit to be displayed in the window, which that in itself I think is pretty cool. Unfortunately, at least with Kai, you can't stand the avatar inside the, like, so that the avatar is visible through the arcade pod with its default build, because that raises it up too high and his hair gets in the way because it's too tall for that. But we will show you the figures separately in a minute. He does also get some accessories though on the side door here. He has this game controller piece, sword thing, which you actually get the full batch of those sword elements in trans light or trans neon green. So you get you get your these things, samurai helmet sort of things. You get 2 of the katana with just the short bar attachment, and you get 2 of these blade pieces, I don't know what to call those, and you get 2 of the mini dagger shaped pieces, and you can attach any of them in the place of that sword if you wanted to. But this is the one that they tell you to do by default. You also have a flame piece attached here as an accessory, a dynamite piece, and this little health bar piece, which I'll show you how that attaches to the figure in just a second. So we'll start off with the Avatar minifigure here, and this is an exclusive figure to the set. Both the face print and the torso print are exclusive, as well as the mold color of the hair. That's also a brand new mold for Kai's Ninjago movie hair there, and it looks pretty good. This sort of reminds me of that scene in season 4 from the very beginning, before the tournament, where he has become the wrestler sort of dude for a little while. Well, Cole was off lumberjacking and Jay was off hosting a game show. The source of print for him is pretty cool. I like the cobra on the back. Nice Cobra Kai reference there. But the torso, pretty decently done. The yellow could have been a little bit more opaque, but it's overall a good quality to the print, I think. And the legs are actually the same design used for the legs of both the regular summer 2019 version of Kai, as well as the Spin It Do Slam version, which I happen to have right here. Same leg print, but in this case, I think that it actually works pretty well, honestly. I mean, like some of the other versions where they've just reused legs from previous Ninja, from the $10 sets, like for example with the Spin It Do Slams, I didn't love the reuse of the legs. It didn't work in all cases, but in this particular case here, this works perfectly fine for this version of Kai, and overall I think this is a really good figure. The second figure that we got here is Season 12 Kai, and this figure is not too uncommon. It appears in a decent handful of the Season 12 sets, but it's got a couple of interesting parts to it. The first thing that is actually interesting about the arcade pod sets is they included an exclusive color of this game controller blade handle hilt piece, and we got the gold and black. This only appears in the 3 different arcade pod sets, so it's not exclusive to the Kai one, but it does come in only these. And it's got a bar-sized hole here and a bar-sized hole here, which this one allows it to kind of be flush with the controller itself. It is dual molded, and as you can see, this hole is black, the other hole is gold. So that's a cool part. And you can stick any of the different blade attachments from the blade pack into that. You can also actually attach this like this to his back, because his armor piece does have space for 2 katanas similar to the ZX shoulder pads. And so if you had another one of these, you could stick 2 in like that. The armor piece also is new for this season, and it has this bar attachment here, so you can attach the health bar, which is a separate new piece. There's a bar piece, and then this health bar part, which is printed, and it's got a bar attachment on either end, so you can attach it upside down or right side up, and it fits in there pretty well. And the torso printing on this Kai figure is alright. The white is a little bit pink, but other than that, it looks good. And I really like the new mask, actually, now that I've gotten it in person. It's a new mold, and it looks good. I like the print up here on the top, and face print is good. He does have an alternate expression as well, where he's a little bit shocked or scared, and you could use that with, you know, a hairpiece if you had it. That's what it looks like if you put the mask on with the shocked or scared expression. And if we were to remove the armor piece, which does have some shoulder pads as well, molded as part of it, and can pull that off. And upon removing this, you'll see that it does have a little bit more printing on the back of his torso, which looks pretty respectable. And overall, this is a good figure to get. It's not exclusive or anything, but it's still really nice. And I do really like the way that these masks look with this version of the face. Overall, I think that these arcade bods are really extremely successful small little sets. It is nice to get, you know, all these extra weapons and 2 figures and this arcade machine, which doesn't look too terribly out of place with regular minifigures. The one thing that is a little bit of a shame about it is that you can't place 2 right next to each other because of these things sticking out on either side. But, you know, other than that, you know, it doesn't look too out of place, really, with minifigures. But, yeah, it's got 2 awesome minifigures included. Like, this is a really well detailed one, and this one here is nice and exclusive and a really cool variant, and both include good parts. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to complain about with this one in particular. I mean, I guess you could argue that this is the least good exclusive figure because it's the only one that doesn't have. Actually, I guess Jay doesn't have new legs, but Jay has an alternate face, and Kai doesn't have an alternate face and reuses old legs, whereas Lloyd has a new face and new legs. I don't know, but even then, like, that's there was no reason to introduce new legs for this one, so I don't see that as a complaint. But, you know, overall, I like this, and maybe it doesn't have the playability of the spinners, but I think getting 2 figures more than makes up for that, and it's pretty great, honestly. And for $10, I would definitely recommend it. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.